Good morning. Welcome to the channel Global Lightning. Last time I was talking about immigration and we were looking at United Kingdom, how they have been doing their immigration system, and we just went through over the just like a small outline of how Canada and other countries have done the immigration. And I stopped it. I mentioned that I will be doing this again in detail in the near future. After I've done this particular one, I'm going to do the USA Homestead Act first, then followed by the Canadian Land of Dominion Act, which is actually a replacement of Homestead Act of the United States. So you will understand how the people have moved from their own land to other countries, immigrated and developed the other Western countries in the past. This is actually an education for all and also a general knowledge. You should be aware about it. Most of the people, they might think, oh, I don't want to know about this, this particular thing. It doesn't matter. It's not going to help me or something. But people who are talking now in Canada, America, and other places, they were the one who immigrated first at a low price and have been given some lands for them. Unlike at the present, or most of this specialized or skilled immigrants, they are bringing the money and boost the economy, but at the end of the day, they don't gain anything out of it. So it has become a cash cow business for all these places, such as United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and so forth. Now, today's one, I'm going to see how the Brits, when they came to Sri Lanka, India, and other places, what they did was, from there, they took the highly qualified, skilled people, experienced, skilled, talented people to Malaysia. So before that, it was not Malaysia, it was Singapore. Then after that, what they did was when they brought the people, especially from Sri Lanka and India, for some armed forces, some agricultural, for tea plantation, rubber plantation, cocoa plantation, and so forth from India. Majority of the people for the administrative, telecommunication, postal, railway stations, and other places such a high qualified, dominant and powerful jobs was done by the Sri Lankan communities back in Malaysia. Now at present is Malaysia, it used to be Singapore. So when they brought the people from all those places to Malaysia, what they did was they started actually segregating the people, like highly qualified and high paid job people. They're given fancy houses, reasonable, affordable houses, whereas compared to the people whom they brought for the tea plantation, rubber plantation, and cocoa plantation, they have given not a decent home facilities, which actually has caused a friction between the Tamil communities, although they are originally from, if you really go back to the history, or whether the Sri Lankan Tamils or the Indian Tamils are originally from India, but the friction has caused by the Brits themselves. On top of it, the people who came from Sri Lanka, I'm not pinpointing everybody. There were some people, they're using this one and they pour oil onto the fire and created a lot of havoc, to make a friction between the both communities, from the Indian Tamil communities as well as the Sri Lankan communities. So now I normally visit to Malaysia most of the time, and I have discovered this, and they really, show the hatreds towards the Sri Lankan Tamils, because when I asked them why the reason was, then they were telling me about this is what happened. I have met so many other people while I was in Malaysia, and this is the same story coming from most of the people are there. I'm not actually going into the politics or something, but I'm trying to tell you this is how the immigration has started by the Brits, and they brought the people, and not only that, they have created a friction among the same language community, one community, Tamil speaking community in Malaysia itself. So it's very sad to see and sad to hear as well. But still, it's going on. Most of the people still have the grudge as well. Having said this one, nowadays what's happened now lately, after 20th century onwards, I would say 19th century onwards, late. People from Sri Lanka, and they settled down in Malaysia. What they have done is they got married to a local Indian community people and so forth. They're now mixed marriages actually has smoothened up. Although it's smoothened up, it is not quite actually a peace among themselves. Still, actually, I went a couple of years ago. I went to talk to a taxi driver, and he immediately turned around and asked me, "Oh, are you coming from Sri Lanka?" Yeah. The way he looked at me, and then I asked him, "What's the problem? But do you have any issues over that? I'm speaking the same language as you speak." So he said, then he started talking to me, and he told me what has happened to his parents and so forth. So forget these things. What actually I want to say was, so before that, the Brits, when they brought the people, it was Singapore. Then lately, after 1960s, what happened was Malaysia separated from Singapore. And after that, Singapore, under the control of Lee Kuan Yew, he actually took the challenge as a lawyer and actually a prominent person. He has developed this country. Now it is one of the best place to live in Far East Asia. Thank for Lee Kuan Yew. And also he has respected those people who have developed the country and contributed to the economy and made a Tamil language as an official language, and all the billboards and everything will be replaced in Tamil as well. So we have to thank for him. So this is how the stories are going on. Okay, now next chapter, next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about America, how the American brought these people to USA. It was introduced by late President Abraham Lincoln, who is the one who started this one. I will explain this in detail. And from there, it used to be, it was a Homestead Act in 18th centuries. Later on in 19th centuries, 1902 or such, then that particular act was changed to Land of Dominion Act in Canada. So I will go into detail in the near future. You can have a look at it and enjoy this history of immigration. So why I'm telling the history? Because everything has a history. You should know the history. Without the history, you can't do anything. As I said earlier before, if you want to build a house, you have to have the base. Without the base, you can't build it up. So it will be beneficial to you all, and hope you will enjoy and support my videos, Global Lightning, and my personal personal FB. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant day.